y'all so much. God bless all of y'all.
God bless you.
Thank you.
I am Jay. I'm a 33-year-old mother, sister. I feel like I'm a friend to everyone. I am a minister. I've been a minister for about 5 years now. Yes, been in church all my life.
Amen.
Yes, case manager by 9 to 5 profession. And after that, my children believe that I am a superhero because I tell them that that's what I do every night. But yes, so my goal is to change the world, and by doing that, I feel like I literally have to put on a cape, change my clothes, and like get into that zone. My sister, come over now, Jay. My sister actually came up with the name. How'd you come up with the name, Dope?
I was just trying to think of something that was like, I don't remember. I know we always working on it, but like we came up with a name and it was nice. So somebody was like, "Ooh, that's dope." I was like, "Ooh, dope. Okay, we do." So now every time you hear something, you be like, "Oh, that's dope. That's dope." We be like, "Oh no, that's us. That's us."
My kids think we own that word.
Okay. Okay.
And if you see the logo here, the logo is like in the shape of the Philly, of the love sign.
Yeah.
And the reason it is because when we first started feeding the homeless, we actually served at Love Park.
Okay.
So that's why we made that into our logo. And DOPE stands for doing our part eclectically.
And that's really what we were doing. We were really just doing what we could with what we could muster up, honestly. We didn't have much, but we made it work.
We made it work. Okay, so when we're feeding the homeless in the evening, one thing we do to maintain safety is we remain in groups. When we go underground, it's usually about a group of 10 people at a time, and in that group is always a volunteer who's experienced, and we always have cell phone to communicate with one another. In addition to that, we do let the city know that we are there, so we do have the city on alert to know that there is a large group, and they are serving the population underground as well as above ground. And lastly, our team is trained. We have security as well as CPR certified and first aid certified staff, and we have plainclothes police officers with us when we serve. Yes, we connect with quite a few of them, and their stories are very, very common. I fell on hard times, and I had nowhere else to go, and that's really what the story is. And they're like, "Hey, we heard about you, and we wanted to give back." What we are known for, our baseline home for us is the homeless population. Our goal is to eliminate that. We do service the homeless population weekly, but there are things that causes homelessness. Okay. So although we feed the homeless weekly, our goal is to do things that are more so homeless prevention, and that those things are parenting, those things are suicide awareness and prevention, those things are mental health awareness and training, those things are creating an atmosphere in which you can speak about things that you genuinely need help with. Those things are also making things that are really uncommon, especially in our local communities, to become more common, to be spoken about. We're learning now that quite a few people are suffering much more than we've ever heard. But these things aren't new. They've been going on for quite some time. So what we are trying to do is we're trying to create an atmosphere or an environment or even a culture in which you can speak about what you really are facing, what you are really going through. And for those of us that are hearing, we want to train us to know what to do with that information. You know, it's one thing to give it, it's another thing to hear it. And when you hear it, you need to know what to do with it. Donations are always welcome. Supplies that we recommend is water, cases of water. We also offer Crystal Light packages with the water. Clothing and toiletries for sure. We have a great deal of clothes, but clothes are always welcome. Okay. So we just want to thank you.
You're welcome.
I want to thank you for the opportunity to come to pick up so we can serve our friends tonight. We want to thank you and the Boy Scouts for helping us to load the van.
Yeah, the Boy Scouts were great. They're a great help.
Yes, we appreciate them. We have Najee and Silas here.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. We
Thanks for
appreciate
coming
it.
down.
Thank you.
We can always do them if there's different things throughout the season. Just let us know, and we can make sure that we hold stuff for you.
Okay. Now, if we were to do another event in which we would service children in a shelter, we can come here for that as well?
Yes, we'll be glad to just give us a heads up so we can box up some merchandise for you and get it ready for you.
Thank you so much.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Give you a hug.
Thank you. Thanks for coming and visit us and seeing what we're all about.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. We lost our mother when we was 12 years old. I was the oldest child. Lost my mom when I was 12. My mom was a woman who worked one job her whole life because she kept that job, very consistent job. She wasn't broke or anything like that. In fact, she made too much money for us to get free lunch. She worked at IRS, right? She's an accountant. Not that, oh my gosh, she was an astronaut or something. No. But what I'm saying is, when that happened, when she passed, we went from a very well-known lifestyle to a lifestyle where we didn't know all the time. We didn't know with the transitions of different parenting styles. And with those different parenting styles, it led for my mother's 4 children to go 4 different directions because we all were trying to figure out what to do. Nobody knew what to do. I mean, I'm talking about abusive relationships. I'm talking about drugs in prison. I'm talking about teen pregnancy. I'm talking about all those things that we were out here, little kids, trying to figure out what to do and what to do about life. If you want to make a positive change in your local community, what you do is you start off by taking whatever bothers you the most, whatever it just irritates you the most, and you start trying to fix those things in whichever way possible. There are so many nonprofit organizations and places of worship. There are so many schools that could use people with great ideas and people who are willing to serve and help. And if you can do those things, you would make a huge difference.